Newt Gingrich, no, I'm not being considered for White House Chief of Staff. So Newt Gingrich was meeting with Donald Trump. Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich on Thursday, and I believe that's today, this was published 2 hours ago, adamantly denied that he's being considered for White House Chief of Staff, shooting down speculation that surged in the press after he was spotted visiting 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue a day earlier. Speaking on Fox and Friends, Gingrich said he and his wife, Callista, were merely there looking at Christmas decorations. He noted the press spotted him, and that promptly jumped to, "Oh, are you being interviewed?" "No, I was actually just wandering around looking at decorations," he insisted. "I was there as an American citizen, looking at one of the most famous of American buildings." And then he took out a flag and started saluting it and said, "Give it up for the troops, try the veal, I'll be here all week." Newt Gingrich. All right. Sorry, the margins are a little shitty on this one. Speaking at Fox and Friends, all right, so we already... But that doesn't mean the loquacious Washington figure doesn't have some advice for President Trump as he scrambles to find a replacement for outgoing Chief of Staff John Kelly. "I don't think he can ever impose order on Donald Trump. He is a unique entrepreneurial personality," Gingrich, a Fox News contributor, said, but added the Chief of Staff pick must have a very strong-willed personality. A weaker person will lose control of the building. Okay, so have someone who's strong-willed. And according to him, he is not being interviewed. But speculation's out there that he is. So that's our breaking right now. Newt Gingrich, by his own admission, he wasn't being interviewed. He was just looking at the decorations. He's like, nope, I just wanted to see the Washington Santa celebrate some of these buildings as a proud, hardworking American. Newt Gingrich. I have a feeling that he was being interviewed. I don't believe him. I think that maybe he's being considered for the position or being considered for something else. Now, there's some other speculation out there that Mike Pence might not be the running mate in 2020. That's just online speculation that I've seen. I don't know if there's anything to it at this point. I don't think any of us do. Based on that Oval Office performance where Mike Pence just slept the whole time, maybe that's the case. Maybe Donald was like, "Mike, you got my back?" And he's like, "I'm tired." And he's like, "Yeah, dude, I need you here. I'm going toe-to-toe against Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer." Okay, I'm going toe-to-toe against Nancy Pelosi, sort of. I mean, Chuck Schumer's completely, I mean, at least Nancy, if someone said pay a compliment to Nancy Pelosi, because I'm not a fan of her. But if someone was like, say something nice about Nancy Pelosi, I'd say at least in that Oval Office thing, she stood up to him a little bit. Chuck Schumer was completely... Chuck Schumer looks so pathetically cowardly. The only thing Chuck Schumer did in there, by the way, which someone pointed this out, we did a clip on this on the Jimmy Dore Show, we talked about it here yesterday. Somebody on Facebook pointed this out to me. Something that I forgot to bring up and that we didn't bring up on the Jimmy Dore Show either, was how he kind of just condescendingly took a dump on the states of Indiana and North Dakota. At one point in it, he was just like, well, when the president's bragging about winning North Dakota and Indiana, we're in a lot of trouble, blah, blah, blah. Which, I get where you're going. Those are typically red states. Although, Indiana went for Obama at one point. Indiana is becoming more of a swing state. So good job, Chuck Schumer, showing more of that coastal elitism that is turning off people by the busloads. Good job, Chuck Schumer. That's the only time he shows any stones, is when he can shit on what he presumes to be red states. How disconnected can you get? This is coming from the guy who explains attending a baseball game, thinking most Americans don't know what it's like to not be in a private box. And this is a leader for the working people. That's what they sell us. So anyway, getting back to the topic, I don't know, maybe Donald Trump is considering a different running mate. And maybe that's why he was meeting with Newt. Although, according to Newt, he just wanted to celebrate the decorations.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your